Morning, God bless. I'm making this video this morning about giant doorways in Dublin, of all things, and events in Trinity College. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Well, I went into Trinity College and I asked a few questions and I had a look around and I found on the wall some pictures of mutilated women and a giant smashing open the city with a bull in his right hand, a black horned bull. And I walked around past the Bank of Ireland. Across the road, the Bank of Ireland is actually similar to the Temple of Satan. If you look on a guy called Gorilla 999, he goes into great depth about the Temple of Satan that was rebuilt. I think they transported it from Greece to Germany. The Parliament, the Dublin Parliament, is not dissimilar to it, and it has a big, massive 40-foot doorway around the back. So then I walked up O'Connell Street a bit more. And in the background here from McDonald's, you can see a joint day event going under the city, and a big massive doorway in the Bank of Ireland across from McDonald's and O'Connell Street, and a big carvings of bulls' heads, bulls' skulls, and all very dark stuff, all linked into Trinity College, the bull in the hand and stuff like that. So you get a lot of abuse you do from people when you start to investigate this sort of thing, because the bull is linked to the Canaanite god Molech, the child sacrifice. They go into Temple of Baal. Baal is a bull, the Hebrew word linking back to Baal. You'll find lots of lists of dead children that went missing and out. Excuse me. Nobody knows where they went. Well, nobody's admitting to know where they went. Yeah. So there's stuff under this city, and it goes back into the Book of Invasions. You can get it online, where the ancestors of the Galatians had a fight with a hideous hybrid race and drove them underground. Some of them are giants, some of them are animal crossbreeds. They were classed as gods. You've seen a lot of iconology for this sort of thing around Dublin, in the Irish Financial Building up the road, IFTC or something it's called. It's up towards the docks along the River Liffey. You've got more bulls, you got giant polar, you got giant grizzly bears, giant stance, which was the name for Stonehenge, right outside it, and erect stone penises just across the road on George's Dock. Bulls with children between their legs. It appears that the performance fellatio on the bull. In your town in Dublin, then abuse is all I've been receiving, abuse. So I was quite an affluent young man. I travelled the world because I'd done my duty. I read a book up there in Temple Bar, and it was a Celtic book. I bought it in the Celtic shop, and it says it was the duty of a Galatian to travel the world and come back to his island and inform his people that don't leave the island what's going on. So me, like a gobshite, went off about me. I went around the world, and while I was away, I had a wife and I had a missus and kids and a mortgage and all that. She let the other man into my castle, and we parted our separate ways, and I was betrayed. And ever since then, I've lost a lot of wealth because of the stuff we're going into. Family abuse me all the time verbally. They don't want to hear me shit. They don't want to hear the crap I'm talking about and all of this. I've been ostracised from the lied to community because of telling them the truth. And a great African proverb says, the speaker of the truth has no friends. Because they're living in the lie, and I'm like some sort of antidote to the infection. They have a disease and they don't want to be cured of it, unfortunately. But anyway, what can I say? The Garden of Remembrance, about witchcraft triumphing over the Christian cross. They dug a big hole in the ground through the Christian cross and the spiritual armour of Christ into the cross. And the witch that cast the children to the ground, and the work of the witch, the swans, is elevated above the Christianity. All of these things is in plain sight. Temple Bar, there's loads of images of human sacrifice, human bones in the windows of shops and all. I don't even know if people are getting to see these videos. There's not much weird shit going on. So a word of caution to anyone. See, this has been happening to my family since the Norman invasion. Not all my family, because some of my families are some of my people in my family are traitors. They joined with the enemy, and some of them aren't. Some of them are just disinterested and they live a normal life. People like me who've taken up the mantle of my ancestors against the Vikings and the synagogue of Satan, have been driven from every home we've ever settled in. We were driven from Cork. Then we fought against the Norman invasion on behalf of the Norman invasion was sponsored by the Vatican. Then we were driven from Cashel down to Mills, Clare Mills or something like that, and then we were driven to another place. And then finally in 1933 they took the last piece of hereditary land off the Callaghan clan. That was around the time they amended the Irish Constitution. So I've been fighting against these paedophile rings and these people in my own little way, and I've been given the same treatment. I've been driven from Ireland by Republicans, then I was driven from Britain by paedophile rings who tried to murder me on my doorstep, and now they're all gloating over my miserable existence. But it's not that miserable. It appears miserable, but it's not. Sometimes I get visited in my sleep by horny ladies. That's quite interesting, I like that. Last night Dua Lipa came to me. I'm a bit worn out, you know what I mean? A bit tired and having a dirty weekend in my dream I was.